Hello. Another video about the progress of my game. Here we go yet again, and you can already see some differences. Many differences. HDRP life. So I took a break recently, so I don't even have idea what what I did in the past. Oh man, yeah, this video will go horribly. It's fine, nobody watches it anyway, so it's all good. Okay, so first thing first, switch to Unity's HDRP. Why would I do that? Well, there were reasons, pretty good ones too. Graphics wasn't my main focus on the game. I mean, of course, like, who cares about graphics as long as the game is fun, right? So it's good. So that wasn't my main focus. My main focus were two things. One of them I don't remember. 1 second, when I will be talking about it, I'm sure I will remember. Okay, first thing that I really wanted to get in my game is a feature that HDRP has that universal rendering pipeline doesn't really yet, is camera relative rendering. What does that mean? If you don't know what that means, basically every frame that Unity has to draw what camera sees, right? It puts the camera, well, not camera, it puts entire world at the origin of the world, which means 0, 0, 0. It shifts entire world. It's kind of like a very good way to make a, how was it called? Damn it. Sorry, I'm tired today. What was it called? That, man, I read about it so much and I don't remember the name even. Origin shift. That's what it's called. Basically, to draw something far away without any issues, what you do, you just move entire world, like shift it, you know, like every 1 kilometer, for example, you shift the entire world back closer to so the camera would be closer to 0, 0. But Unity has that built in, and it's probably way more performant than whatever you could achieve with shifting like everything yourself. Depends on your project, of course. You could achieve more performance, but it's built in, so why not, right? Oh yeah, and the second thing that I wanted to switch to HDRP, after I checked the I was just curious about the floating origin, right? About the camera relative rendering, and I decided that, you know what, I will check it, and it turns out that on a mid-end to high-end PC, the difference in performance between HDRP and universal rendering pipeline is really not big. I expected, you know, I mean, the universal rendering pipeline can scale to mobile, right? Very well. So you would assume that you'll have much better performance, right? And it's only partially true. It's much more about your project than it is the pipeline itself. Sorry. Of course. Oh yeah, there's a third thing that I want to talk about. Of course, there is a, there is some performance hit, especially that even in an empty project, you would see that HDRP FPS is much lower than Universal Pipeline. But that doesn't mean it's much worse. Like, ignore that. It's basically, I was confused because, I mean, Universal Rendering Pipeline seems just, because it's more lightweight, it should be more performant, right? And, well, it depends, really. So, it's funny. I'm saying that the performance is not bad, right? Well, I have about 60 FPS. So doesn't sound amazing, right? Besides the fact, all the trees that you see, before they were billboards, from pretty close actually, they switched to billboards. All these trees are actually meshes right now. So the performance is actually not bad. If there will be way to, I don't even know if I want to switch them back to billboards, because billboards are ugly. But yeah, like, also yeah, no textures or anything really. I just made materials, most of the materials work again, but no textures, because all this will be removed soon. Well, soon. I'm saying soon, but hopefully it will be soon. But yeah, like, I really like it now, like the new HDRP. Of course, switching to it took like, oh my god, so much work. You wouldn't think, because I don't have many materials. You can see some purple there. I don't have many materials in the project, so you'd think, well, that will take like half an hour at best. Not really. No, there were many things that I had to manually do. Oh, it was a pain. All my resources in the game. It's fine. Whatever. Oh yeah, and the third thing that I wanted to switch to... Damn it. I was talking so much about it that I forgot. What was the third thing? Man, I don't remember. If I will remember, I will talk about it. Okay, for now, next thing. New equipment procedure generator. Much more convenient and much more powerful. I bit the bullet, and is that the saying? Bite the bullet? I decided that basically, before I was procedurally generating all my equipment, but it was done very manually still, and it was done in a really poor way that I didn't like. So I was like, you know what? I'll just freaking do it. And it took like 2-3 days, I think. Maybe more. And I'm really happy with the results. Basically, I can make a, let's say, new material. For example, let's say I don't have steel in my game. I do, but let's say I don't. All the values I just set in the inspector. Like, for example, how much attack should steel give this much? How much, like, requirements should steel do? Like, how much magic attack it should have? How much mana cost? All that stuff. And not only that, what should it dismantle to when I'm dismantling items? What should it be repaired with? you know, all that stuff is basically done really conveniently for me. And I really like the results, because now I don't need to, I can make all the equipment grades much more like different from each other now than before. Sorry, I need to drink. So I really like it. It wasn't much work. It wasn't as much work as I expected. It was like 2,000 lines of code, maybe more, but this was like, let's say about quarter of it was copy paste. But yeah, it was really nice. So while I was doing that, I was like, I will just add some new weapons and shit, you know. They don't have looks in the game, but they work differently. Like right now I have a staff, but there are wands, there are orbs, there are books for mages, 3 types of weapons for ranged weapons, like 6 or 7 types of weapons for the melee weapons. Why not, right? I mean, I can do it, so who cares? Let's just do it. So I did that, and yeah. Okay, next thing. Procedurally generated crafting recipes. Weapons, armors, jewelry, tools. Same with trading. Yep, so while I was working on my procedure generator, I was like, you know what? It's all cool, fine and dandy, amazing. But I will need to add all this stuff manually, right? So I was like, no, I will not. So what I did, I just, shit, it's not this one. So what I did, well, this. It's all procedure generated. Oh yeah, this still doesn't have a price yet. Damn it, I forgot about it. I did this long time ago and I still forgot about it. So yeah, we have all the weapons, armors, jewelry, tools. And I can set what can be added to the list of sold stuff in the procedure generator. And I can set, like for example, some items can be crafted but cannot be bought. And vice versa. Some items cannot be, I think. Maybe not, whatever. Yeah, we have all this now, like... It's all done, and I don't need to do much to change it if I would want to change it. Also, I fixed repairing, but I think we will get there. If I remember, I put it here? I think so. Okay. Mob equipment drop lower... Oh, mob equipment drops lower dramatically. Exponentially less per level, equipment drops broken. To encourage crafting. Yeah, so I was like... You know, why would I ever go and mine rocks if everything I can get is from enemies, and it's really easy to get because every enemy drops like everything with like 50% chance. I didn't like that it was done like that, so I changed it, and now it's exponentially lower the higher level the monster, and the higher level the monster, the better loot, of course. So it's like, oh wait, I just smoked, damn it. I'm stressed because I need to talk about stuff. Yeah, I was like, these drops are way too easy. You'll still be able to play the game without ever mining a rock or chopping a tree if you would like to. But like you can go to dungeons and loot stuff, you know, and stuff like that. But I really like how pretty this looks. Besides all the purple, that you can see. Oh yeah, you can probably hear that. We'll get to that. But yeah, the HDRP looks quite a bit better, gotta say. After I set up all the things, the bloom is a bit strong. Ignore that. Okay. Yeah, I basically want people to craft more items, and especially now that everything actually breaks, but we'll get to that too, I think. Okay, next thing. Repairing items, making items break from use. Yep, I made repairing work, and you need to repair your stuff because it slowly breaks over time. It doesn't destroy itself, it never destroys itself, so you will never lose your stuff, but it becomes broken. Like, do I have anything? Ah, shit, I don't. Like, equipment from monsters drops broken, which means it has amount of 0, basically, in the code, right? And amount of 0 weapons you cannot basically use, so you won't be able to attack with it. And armor doesn't protect you when it's amount 0, so yeah, you need to, you know, you need to repair it, basically, for it to do something. Which I really like. I did increase, like, I was testing quite a bit to make sure to not make repairing too annoying. So you still have quite a lot, you know. You need to use your weapon like 1,400 times or something to actually break it, which is a lot. So it's not bad. Same with armors. And of course, different tier of armors give you more durability, besides some, because some might be more malleable. I don't know if that's the word, whatever. Slowly adding sounds to the game. Made it so AI can hear sounds players or other AI make. Yep, so you can hear that. I'll unequip it. Yep, that's the only 2 sounds in the game currently. But I made it so I can very easily and quickly add them over time, so it will be done eventually. I made lots and lots of stuff much more convenient for myself, so working on it should be much more convenient. And oh yeah, and AI can hear sounds now, so let me show you actually, because this is not fixed yet, so you will see the... Okay, these guys are just sitting here, this guy, and he'll panic right now because he heard a sound. These 2 guys heard a sound. I don't know if this guy heard a sound, I don't think so. Yeah, and they are like looking around and they get stuck because I need to fix pathfinding them. But yeah, it's kinda, I really like it, and I will make it better, so don't worry. Like right now it's kinda buggy, but I mean, it works really well. It's just not, I didn't thought about the NPCs, you know, like reacting to sound. So they just freak out when they hear a sound. Okay. Next thing. Lots of new crafting, smelting, trading recipes. Yeah, I added a little bit of content to the game basically. Like, you can make some... Oh yeah. The stone tools kinda need, you know, stone in them. That's something I forgot that I just today noticed. But yeah, you can make bronze, like you can make planks from logs, you can make sticks from planks. There is some more Are you the trader? Damn it. Where is he? Or she? Doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, like that's all the food. And there is some items that you can buy here. There were items that you could buy, but now it's done better, I think. There's some monster loot. There's more categories in general. Which categories I'm actually thinking about making fully changeable from editor 2, because I have some plans for the far future, very far future, that I might incorporate. That's a shadow of this. Ignore it though. It's just there to be there, you know? It's fine. Okay. Started working on a research system to gate the content a bit. I shouldn't have put that here. It's not finished. But yeah, this is kinda how it will look like. You can go, open this shit and research stuff. You'll get research points over time, and from killing stuff, doing stuff, you know, like gathering stuff. Basically about, well, from learning about the world. And there will be some like how do we call it, you will be able to have books that will give you a little bit of research points and stuff like that. To be honest, I'm not really sold about this research system. I kinda want it because I kinda like it in other games. So I kinda want it in mine too, you know. That is how it works with me basically, but yeah, I'm not sure about it. Magic Infusion system. Took all day and I'm a moron again. Yep. So, Magic Infusion system, what is that? Well, it's something relatively simple. You open this thing, you give it mana. Yeah, I could have put more, whatever. I should like add a button that says all mana and it will just put all of it, all that you have, instead of, you know, like. So, I felt like magic items in the game should be made from, I mean, magic items, right? Like rings and stuff that give you stats. Would make sense if they would require some magic things, you know? So, goddammit, I'm not prepared for this. Also, it's dark. Ooh. So, I decided, you know, I will make this to infuse crystals with mana. Was he talking about something to me, or she, whatever. That's something I need to work on too, like making them much more talkative, interactable with everybody and work better. I need to work on AI in general, but yeah. So yeah, basically, let me give myself some items. Inventory, empty crystal. I think it can be named like that. It needs to be a crystal. Yep. Max stack 100 and amount 50. So I feel like mana is not very used resource in many RPGs. Like, basically you only need it when you need to attack something, right? But like, in so many games, mana is literally just you buy millions of potions and you just never remember about mana because you never need to, because there is literally no point to it. All you need to know is that you have shit ton of potions, right? So I was like, let's make mana do something. So you can literally do this now. You get some crystals, you infuse them with mana, and you can mine them from, like, they are in the world, spread around the world, and you can literally mine them with a pickaxe and get them. And then you infuse them, and you get mana magic crystals that have some mana. The bigger the crystals, the more mana it needs, of course. And these mana crystals you can use right away to gain some mana. It's instead of potions, mana potions. I think I will just use this. You'll just use magic crystals to regain mana. And also for crafting magical items. So I kinda like that system in general, and you don't need to look at it as long as you have enough stored mana. Yeah, so how this works: you store your mana, you put your own mana that you have right now into this table, and then you use it to fill the crystals. Or if you have really low mana and you want to get some, right, you can literally take some mana. Boop. Yeah, so that's how it works. Pretty simple, but actually took a long time to make for some reason. I was like, oh, that's a really simple concept. That will take like 10 minutes, and it took like 2 days. But I like it. I think it's really cool. I want to make like many tables like that do something, you know? Like I want the game to have a lot of things. Okay, next thing. Saving all the function inventories, chests, anvils, furnaces, infusers. Yeah, so now if you leave shit in this furnace and quit the game and something is attacking me, you quit the game, you come back, the shit will be still here, and if the furnace was running, it will still be running and continuing doing things, you know? And same with the infusers, anvils, everything that has an inventory. And actually, I had to... Let me explain. I had these chests here for a while, right? You saw them in like every video, and they were working fine. But then I looked at it, how I made it, and it was a terrible way to do it. Basically, I'm using Unity Mirror. It's like a package, Unity package for networking, basically multiplayer. And it had very convenient thing. Well, it has still very convenient thing called network scene ID, I think it was called. I don't remember exactly, but basically it was a identifier that were permanently attached to the network thing, whatever this network thing might be, you know. And it sounds really convenient, right? So I was like, well, I will just use that in the past. But then I was thinking about it, and, you know, if people place like 500 chests, that will be 500 network identities, that it will be terrible, basically. It's a horrible idea to do it. So I changed it, and my identifier for all this shit, all these infusers, everything, is position. Position is pretty much always unique, right? besides when the items are exactly when the things are exactly on top of each other, right? So that may be not good. But guess what I can do now? Because this is all saved per position, I can literally do this and it works, right? And if I would quit the game right now and come back to it, this chest would be here. I placed it like during runtime and it works. Like, I can do it from editor, I can do it from the game, I can do whatever. And yeah, this chest will be here forever until I will delete the save file. So yeah, pretty cool. I like how well it works, you know. As long as people won't find a way to put chests into other chests exactly in the same spot. Well, not exactly, it's actually rounded a little bit. But yeah, mostly in the same spot. It should never be an issue, right? And if it will be, well, you brought that upon yourself by trying to put a chest into a chest. So yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, it works really well. Okay, dungeon chests generate loot. Well, let's go and find out how it works. For now, dungeons are still... Holy shit. These make a lot of light. Also, this light is so powerful. I kinda need to lower it a little bit because it's so strong. Oh yes, day. Thank you. Oh, I'm saved. Yes, it gets bigger. You know, recently I was reading a lot about black holes, I was watching Cosmos, with Carl Sagan, of course, the old one, and I was like, I spent like 2 minutes doing this. I was like, how creepy would that be, right? And I feel like it's only creepy for me, but I was really creeped out about it until I got used to it. But yeah, it's a tiny ball that gets bigger over time, and it's completely black. Okay. Please, thank you. Okay, there's a chest here. It spawns with the dungeon, and it has loot. And oh yeah, about thing. There's a take money and take all button, and you can shift plus F to take everything if you want to. You don't even need to open the chest to do that. You can just press shift F, and it will take everything. Like for example, let's see. This one has something, right? Shift F, it's gone. And I have this shit in my inventory. So I did that. But this for now, this loot respawns every 10 minutes, I think. 15? I don't know. Something like that. And it has a nice convenient for me table to add items and all this stuff. And these chests, there are many chests like this, and this loot is randomly chosen, you know. And the equipment from these chests is not broken, it's actually full durability, just a thing. So you don't need to repair it, you can use it right away, you know. But yeah, I feel like that's a kind of minor thing. Okay, next thing. Moved a lot of item related stuff to separate lists. Traders as lists, crafting recipes, furnace recipes, etc. Yeah, that's a big thing that I want to future-proof for the future, because I want to do something fancy if my game would turn out good, you know, if I would be happy with it. Then I want to have something specific that I probably shouldn't talk about, because I don't want to talk about something that I cannot provide. so I probably shouldn't talk about stuff like that. But yeah, I do have big plans for the future of this game. Let's say that. Okay. I'll loot all of this. Yes, it's getting bigger and bigger. It's kinda bad that it is there, because when you go under it, there are no mobs spawning there, because mobs that are not like spawner placed depend on the clear sky, because it's a raycast down, you know, to make sure, oh, there's nothing in the path. Okay, can you spawn it here? Yeah, you can. Okay, then spawn a monster here. And yep, because of this ball, the monsters don't spawn there. Oh yeah, by the way, some new wood textures. I was like, why not? So I have 14 types of wood, because, I mean, why not, right? Let's just have a lot of wood. And there will be like, hopefully, 20 types of stone and stuff like that. Yeah, so why not? For now I have 256 spots for that, so very good. Stats rebalance. That's somewhat small thing that basically I should talk about that. So in this game, defense was basically how I did attack and defense. Damage was basically a curve depending on how much attack you have compared to monsters' defense. Are you serious? I'm not smoking anymore. I need to quit. So what was happening? I had an issue basically where, let's say you fight a monster that is level 50 and you do 50 damage to it, and you kill it in 10 hits. Okay, that sounds good. And then you upgrade your weapon to something much better. Instead of like copper, you switch to steel, and you do 5 damage more. And then you added some rings that give like 25 attack, magic attack each, and you hit the monster, and you hit for like 5-10 more. I was like, no, nah, this is bad. And also, it had an issue where basically you can, like, you're level 10, you start the game, you go to the end of the map, and if you won't get hit, you can just kill everything. Which I was like, no, this is bad. So today, I was like, nope, I'm changing that. This is, nope. So I made a much simpler approach to it, which is not very good. I'm not very happy with it, but it seems to be working really well, so I don't know, maybe it's good. Basically, it's the literal entire function for determining how much damage you do is your attack times 1.5 minus defense by 1/3, I think. So times 0. Wait, that's 1/4, yeah. Times 0.75. It's much simpler, and it seems to work much better, but it seems silly that it's like, the function for it is like it's not very well thought of, but I tested it quite a bit, and guess what? It's actually really good for the current stats I'm having and like everything, how the game is set up. It's working really well. So I might rebalance that much more, of course, but now it's much better. Basically, in the earlier, you really didn't feel like you are getting more powerful, ever. Yes, you can hit higher level monsters a little tiny bit harder, but that's not like... that doesn't feel like power, you know? That's like... I don't know how to say that even. Like, okay, I gained like... I doubled my attack! And I'm doing like 20 more damage. So that was just sad, you know? So, yeah. This function is much simpler, but basically levels in earlier didn't felt like they did anything. Like monster levels, your stats in general, like it was like put into a curve that didn't felt like it was good. Now basically, if the monster is way too high level for you, you cannot kill it. You will do 0 damage, and it will most likely one-shot you. I mean, with this armor I have, I tested like, I went to like level 40 mobs or 50 and they one-shot me. So yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, damn it. And not like, oh, they do like 50 damage to me, you know. Oh, I can still kill it very easily even though I'm highly under-leveled and shit. And before I had real issues balancing stuff, I was like... I was changing weapon values, like damage values, defense values, and nothing was working just because of the curve, how it was working. And now it's much simpler, and it actually does what I want it to do, you know? It's not perfect, I'm sure, but I'll make it better. I will work on it to make it better, you know? Okay, more things. Also, yeah, this video will take much longer because I also want to show you a little bit of the gameplay, well, like, things that I did with the furnaces and... should I... Nah, you can figure that out if you get the game eventually. Screw that. Okay, stamina regen option added. Those are the small things that I did. Yeah, so I re-added that. It was in the game, but it wasn't doing anything. So I re-added that. Take money button and take all button from loot boxes. You saw that. When you open a loot box, you can take all the items. That was something my friend suggested a long time ago. And I was like, this will be easy to add. And it was. It was actually a lot of pain, man. Oh, man. I had to change so many things to make it work. You have no idea. But it works, so whatever. Some new crafting recipes, furnace recipes, trader recipes. Yeah. Some content. Basically, there is like a little bit of actual content in the game now. I feel like I'm smoking third cigarette in like half an hour. I will die to a cancer. Talk about map. I usually don't smoke this much, by the way. I'm stressed about this video, so like I'm smoking more. Yeah, I talked about stats rebalanced a little bit, and now let's talk about the map, because I am so freaking tired of this current map. I don't want to look at it anymore, ever again, ever. And sadly I will have to for like probably still quite a while. So guess why I switched to HDRP? Because I was like, my general plan in the past was I will make like 5x5 kilometers maps, and I will make like 4 of them, you know? But I feel like for an RPG that's not a very good idea. Because, I mean, it's an RPG, you want a really big map, right? You wanna explore shit, go places, different biomes, you know, like... And tiny map doesn't help with that. Yes, you can cram a lot of stuff into a small map, but I want the map to be kinda big. And how big am I talking? I'm talking quite big. And by quite big, I mean... You will laugh when I say that. If you ever heard about... If you are a game developer and you hear me saying that, you'll be like... this is stupid. But yeah, I want maps to be 32 by 32 kilometers big. And it sounds silly because it's so freaking giant. I mean, this map is 4 by 4 kilometers and it's like really big still. And I want to make something like 8 times as big. 8? I don't know, 6? I don't math. I am not math addict. So yeah, like massive map. But yeah, but my thought behind it is I will just make a one really big map and slowly add to it. Portions of it might be like cut off for some time, then I will add them back, you know, like work on it slowly over time. And that's where camera relative rendering comes in. If you never saw, like, if you ever tried to make a game in Unity or any other engine really, maybe Unreal has that built in as well, the camera relative rendering. If you try to go like 16 kilometers away from the center of the map, and you will look at something animated, like, let's say I would look at this guy, and without camera relative rendering or shifted origin, you would see massive artifacts, like all the vertices would be basically like jerking and stuff like that, and all that has to do with floating point accuracy issues. The bigger the floating point numbers get, the less accurate they become, and they become quite inaccurate. I feel like they are hopefully good enough for physics. They might be slightly inaccurate, but like you wouldn't ever feel that in the game, I feel like. But for rendering, that's a really big issue, because you can clearly see that really badly. And I wish I would make a like 10 seconds video of that or something and posted it, because like it was pretty bad. And now, because I have HDRP, which has camera relative rendering, that's non-issue, and I tested that and it's literally non-issue. Looks really good and accurate, perfectly fine, you know. The only thing I'm worried with a really big world is physics, but that is something that I don't think I can do much about, at least right now. So that's slightly worrying, but not too worrying. Also, with like 16 kilometers away from the center, I don't think it will be a big issue. Like, with rendering, as I said, you can see that really well, but with physics you probably won't see that very easily, hopefully. If that will be an issue, I will think of something, I don't know what, but I will try. So yeah, new map, I want a new big map, and I want different biomes. I have some ideas for things that I might have been working on already and spent a long time just messing around with it. That I'm excited about, and I hope somebody would be excited about. These two people that will ever watch this video. But yeah, I can actually spill the beans. I'm working on a mega boss. It's like, how would you call it? Not a raid boss. It's like a world boss, you know? But it's kinda... This game is not MMORPG like, so you'll kinda need to be fancy with fighting it, because it will have the ability to not really one-shot you, but kill you in a very expected way, I guess. It's not really one-shotting. Basically, it can devour you. Let's just spoil it, whatever. It's a giant snake that comes out of the ground if you do something small, and it just attacks you, and if you get too close to its mouth, it can devour you and you will die, most likely. That's the idea for it. I don't know how well it will work out. I'll try my best to make it, you know, good, but might be hard. I am not very good at modeling, and I'm noticing that, so I need to take my shit together, get my shit together, and start modeling a lot so I could get better at it, you know, and then it will be not such an issue. Speaking of modeling, I'm probably close to actually finishing the Lizardman model, which is funny that I'm saying that, because I lost my previous Lizardman model, which was kinda more done, but I learned something very important about Blender, which will help me a lot. It's a little tiny tool called Polybuild. I will not even explain it. Nobody is interested in this probably anyways. So yeah, it's just something to make me work faster. And it will be much faster compared to what I was doing. And because it was taking forever, I was dreading it. But now I just don't give a shit. Oh yeah, that's something I need to mention too, actually. About models in my game. The graphics in my game, even though I'm using HDRP, graphics in my game will never be good. I just need to live with that. There's nothing I can do about it, besides if the game would be successful enough, I would hire a modeler or two, and that's all I can do, literally, because I am not good at modeling. I am modeling for a very long time, much longer than I started coding. Like, I started modeling when I was like 12 or something. And I still, even though I know I know very, very well how Blender works, how to do everything work, I am not good with art. And that's it. So what I will do, I will just do my good enough. I will not try to be a perfectionist. I'm saying, as I literally yesterday, I spent like half an hour making a tongue for the Lizardman that you'll probably never see. But you know, I'm trying. But yeah, as I said, just don't expect greatness in terms of models in my game. they will probably not be pretty, and I might even like force myself to spend less time modeling and quickly finishing the models, even if they will not look amazing, you know? Because I have a bad tendency with modeling that deep inside I'm a perfectionist, but I'm also a person that if I don't get the results quickly, I get really discouraged. And then, because I'm discouraged, I dread working on something, right? And because of that, modeling is just hell for me. If I don't model something in like days, then I will probably never finish it, you know? That's why I need to start hauling ass and actually do shit and finish stuff. You know, it would be funny if I didn't press record. I'm sorry. Oh, that would be so funny. Okay, I did press record, but it would be so funny. Oh man, I would delay this video by like 3 days again. But it would be so dumb and so funny, though. Okay, but yeah, I'm done talking, I think. So yeah, hopefully much more progress soon. I did take recently I took a kind of a break for like over a week. Before that I was working really hard on this game, and I have like 300 gigabytes of backups of this game. Because, as I said, recently I lost entire progress, like a month of progress due to hard drive crash. So now I'm like every major like change, I just make a backup, because otherwise that would be a pain. So I was like making backups every day pretty much for a while, and then recently I took a break, and yeah, I'm getting back into it, and I need to start working hard, because none of this shit will ever get finished if I will not haul ass. I need to work fast, do things, go crazy, go wild, and make some progress. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and have a great day or night or whatever it is, wherever you are. Bye bye. Peanuts.